Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Yesterday, I think it was, I shared with you guys 4 different things that tell me that Donald Trump is done, that the MAGA movement is dying out, and now I have more evidence to share with you guys because 2 more Republicans have announced they're leaving the party. So these aren't, you know, people that you're going to know. These aren't household names that are always on cable news, but it is still significant. So I, again, also had shared with you guys the other day that there are dozens of Republicans that have decided not to run for reelection in the House, in the U.S. House. It's, I believe, over 30 at this point. And one of the people that I mentioned in that video was also leaving the party. Well, now there are 2 more people who say that the party no longer represents their values. Again, unfortunately, these aren't people that everyone's going to recognize, but this creates that permission structure that I keep talking about for other people to do the same thing. So the first one is a guy named I think it's pronounced Cuthbertson. So he pulled off a narrow victory in the 2024 Republican primary in the state of Utah. So this was a Senate seat that was open. He again won the primary, but then he lost the general election to a Democrat, surprisingly. No, it's Utah, but I guess their state government is, a little more fair than the state government rather than, their national government, or federal, I should say. So in a February 6th post on Twitter, Cuthbertson wrote this, and I'm not going to read you the whole thing because it's very long, but I'll read you part of it. So he wrote, quote, "Before and after my run for state senate, I did a lot of soul searching. I originally ran under the GOP banner, believing I could help moderate the lurch to the far right and provide a steady voice from within. At the time, I believed that specific policy priorities outweighed the obvious character flaws of its leadership. And while I never voted for Trump, I thought I could manage the cognitive dissonance of remaining in the party. I was wrong. I've come to understand more clearly than before that no policy or party platform is more vital than the fundamental character of a candidate. Trump's second term has proven to be more than just a difference of opinion. It has veered into territory that I find unconstitutional, authoritarian, egregiously corrupt, and outright appalling. I've left the GOP for many reasons, ranging from state-level supermajority issues to deep-seated policy disagreements. But ultimately, I left because I can no longer find the decency or virtue I once believed the party represented. When we trade integrity, compassion, and the rule of law for political wins, we find ourselves on the wrong side of history." So he was obviously never MAGA, right? Like he never voted for Trump, but this guy is very conservative. I mean, he is truly, truly conservative. He is a Mormon. He was born in Alabama. He attended Brigham Young University. So he's not some bleeding heart lib that was pretending to be a conservative. And he finally sees, yeah, this is not what I thought it was. This is not the party that I thought it was. Now, unfortunately, Cuthbertson hasn't said how he's registered or how he's going to vote in the midterm elections, if at all. So we'll see. It's not like he became a Democrat. But then this Monday, it was reported that a longtime Republican city council member has also left the party, and this guy did announce that he's a registered Democrat now. So here he is here. This was reported in the San Diego Tribune. This is in Southern California. And they reported that Gary Kendrick has switched sides. So Kendrick served on the El Cajon City Council, that is, again, in San Diego, California. He was there for 24 years, and then he more recently moved over to the municipal office. And this guy has been a Republican the entire time. Well, in a statement that he released this Monday, Kendrick said this, and again, I'll bring it up for you. Today's Republican Party is no longer grounded in the economic or personal well-being of the people that I swore an oath to serve. We're a city of 70 different ethnic groups, and we all get along really well, and I want to keep it that way. So his issue is, not just more morality and things like that. His issue is how they're dealing with this whole immigration thing. And so I have more from him. It sounds like he's been having a crisis of conscience for a while, but this was kind of the tipping point for him. The Tribune said that a year ago, the city council had passed a resolution declaring that El Cajon is not a sanctuary city. So a lot of you may know, California is pretty well known to be a sanctuary state, but certain cities have opted out, like Huntington Beach, which you don't want to have, skin darker than white paper if it's after dark in Huntington Beach, filled with racists. We call it the Florida of California. So they have tried to opt out, or I think they have opted out. Anyway, so El Cajon did the same thing. Well, Kendrick was one of only 2 members who voted against that. Unfortunately, there were more than enough to outvote them. But anyway, and then Kendrick has called out the MAGA extremism in the Republican Party as well. He said in this next statement, quote, "For some time, I held out hope that the Republican Party could be reformed from within. I believed that courageous men and women could stop the moral decay of the organization. However, Republican policies continue to tear apart El Cajon families, drive shoppers away from our businesses, and shield abusers from accountability. One thing has become clear to me. The Republican Party is beyond redemption." So I don't know what he means by shield abusers from accountability. It certainly sounds like, that was a little dig there, a little shade at Donald Trump. But yeah, good on this guy. I have so much respect for him. Again, not big names in the party, but, you have to remember that these people will create a ripple effect, right? I mean, how many of their family, their friends, their neighbors, constituents might hear these stories, might see the courage that they're displaying and go, yeah, I was kind of on the fence, but you know what? I'm with you. I'm going to come out. I'm going to say the same thing, or I'm going to at least vote differently. So that's why I like doing these stories, because I think it just helps in that way. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.